think the MACH Alliance does a couple of things. The first is, it's an educational organization because you hear headless, you hear composable commerce, and it can spook some folks. But the fact is, it's just the natural evolution of technology. I mean, 15, 20 years ago, we introduced service-oriented architecture, and that was basically best of breed in a pre-cloud environment. Headless and composable is now taking all the advantages of the cloud and the technological evolution and putting it to work in a best-of-breed environment. The second is, it's a community to lend, I guess it's to lend authority or credibility to the idea. If you're an end client and you hear this great idea of composable, but you can't find service providers or you can't find companies, then there's a little bit of that fear and friction. And so the idea is, and if you look at the membership of the MACH organization, you have 3 or 4 quality vendors, quality service providers in each of the adjacent capabilities like personalization and offers, content management, PIM, all of these spaces. And so it just makes customers comfortable with the selection of MACH as their architecture, and it meets their needs. There are certain price points or geos or specific offerings that are designed for their needs and their industry, and that's the goal. And then finally, I think there is an evangelical piece to it. We're evangelists for this. We believe in it. We can point to dozens, if not hundreds, of customers who have gotten exponential improvement in their business results, their efficiency and all that. And so I think we need to take it to the market so all customers at least have a chance to evaluate it and make a decision for themselves, whether they're all in. I mean, you can do halfway and partial and start slow and move fast. And so it really is far more flexible and far more valuable from a business point of view than the marketplace might think. And ultimately, the role of the MACH Alliance and MACH vendors is to make sure everyone's at least aware of it so that they can make a business decision or a technical decision for their own needs. Yeah, so I think I've got a great analogy. If you go back 20 years ago, before the introduction of the iPhone, everybody had a dumb phone, the flip phone or the old Hershey bar phone. And then you introduce the iPhone, high-end, cutting-edge early adopters. Fast forward 05, 06, all of a sudden it got harder and harder to find a dumb phone. And all of a sudden, in the lower end phones, they started to get smarter features. And basically over the space of 10 years, the level of the water rose, all the boats floated up, and now you can't find a dumb phone to save your life. And the smartphone technology is ubiquitous, from high-end iPhone 14s to the $100 throwaways that you can see in some of the developing nations. I think MACH will be like that. Here it's, obviously the vendors are changing the way the world views and innovating with the technology, and it delivers the value that you can see it in customers. So what will happen is more and more vendors will adopt portions of the MACH architecture, and more, and all of a sudden we maintain that in 10 years from now, from a strictly commerce point of view, which is where we work, all commerce will be MACH. It's simply a question of what will the delivery vehicle be. So you'll have bundled solutions that will look like suites or monoliths, but technically underneath them, they'll be MACH architecture, but it'll be hidden to the end customer. And that might be more of the self-service or the lower end, the retail, small retail stuff. And on the high end, you'll always have innovators in the marketplace who are cutting edge, early adopters, who are pushing whatever MACH 2.0, 3.0 will be. What it is, your guess is as good as mine, but it will surf along the innovations and the efficiencies you get from the underlying cloud technologies. And then, as APIs evolve, and there's always some new language to it, new approach that comes in, it will be adopted as it makes sense by the industry. And again, the water level will rise, the tide will rise, and the boats will ride with it, and it will almost be invisible 10 years from now. It starts our great partners share the same values, and at the end of the day, our values are the same. We want phenomenal customer experiences for our clients to provide to their end clients. And so with that, you need the engine that runs and scales and all of that. But additionally, this is a business about ultimately selling things online or an overall customer lifetime experience with the brand. And so to add personalization and promotions, I mean, that's really at the pointy edge of the spear. And so to be able to do that at scale for enterprises, both on the individual technology in the app as well as when infrastructure, and that's what, we power the equivalent of Formula One engines with our headless commerce, and it's just a great match because we share the same goals and we deliver the first half of it and you pick it up, take the baton or whatever analogy you want to use and run with it, and ultimately you provide your customers the ability to tailor those offers to their end buyers and higher sales conversion, higher order value, longer lifetime. It's just a phenomenal A+B. First of all, you all are a class organization. We wouldn't partner with you if you weren't, but just the leadership of thought, I look at who the fellow attendees are, and there are who's who of the most innovative, best performing leaders in their space, some of the most ethical business people I've worked with. It's just a quality club to be part of. And I think I'm more of a business guy than a tech guy, so I'm looking forward to understanding a little bit better to broaden my knowledge of how the cloud exploitation works and all that, just round out a little bit. And then on the business, I know from the presenters, they're very dynamic. I'm sure I'll pick up a few success stories and customer references that I'll be able to sprinkle in my conversations down the road. But just a wonderful organization that shares our values and we're proud to be part of.
Great, well, we're happy you're here, so thanks for taking the time. It'll be a great day.
Thank you, enjoy it.